Hello, my name is Megan Garber, and I am a sign language interpreting student at Illinois Central College. I'm so excited and grateful to be here today with you and cannot believe how many amazing world changers that I have met out of these amazing students amongst us. I also want to give a huge thank you to the entire Turning Green team for this opportunity and for getting to come out here. And I'm thankful to God for giving me this opportunity to explore something that I'm extremely passionate about. I was previously a research chemist studying immunology and research chemistry, and I shifted to being a stay-at-home mom to my 4 daughters. So my children are 7, 6, 2, and 1, and they are my reason why I kept going throughout this challenge. Over the 30 days, I was able to see them grow and evolve with me, learning so much more than I could ever find on my own, and the knowledge that we gained and the changes that we made have created sustainable change in our home. I also need to pause and thank my husband, Daniel, and my family for supporting me in this and for taking care of my family and my children while I had the opportunity to come out here. So, during my past 30 days, I embarked on a lot of different things. I learned about floss and foods, meaning fresh, local, organic, seasonal, and nutritious foods. I was able to learn more about gardening, regenerative farming, soil health on a macro and micro level. I was able to write lawmakers and urge them for policy change. And I spent more time in nature than I had recently spent, getting to connect with others over the earth. I was able to make art from different types of trash, take an old t-shirt, sew it into a dress, and make food waste creations. Say hello to Pepita and Spud. This is a fun project that I did with my children, and this is actually a pumpkin that we grew in our garden with my daughters. So, throughout this experience, I was able to isolate some new passions and focus on food insecurity, organic foods with a floss and focus, and learn more about food waste. This led to I also got to write a song. Very fun, and something I haven't got to do in a long time. So this led me to the creation of the Stone Soup Society. So I'm also a foster mother, and in February of 2023, when I was 3 weeks postpartum with my newest daughter, we got a call that my foster daughter's older siblings, who were 14 and 19 at the time, needed a place to come and live. So they came and stayed with us. And the thing that I learned the most is that everyone needs the same things: food, shelter, clothing, and love. These children came to my home with no food literacy, no kitchen skills. They did not know how to boil water in order to create pasta. They didn't know how to create healthy snacks, and they also showed major signs of food insecurity. This broke my heart and showed me that I needed to make a change in this realm. So some foster care statistics is that if you look at the population of homeless young adults and youth, that 25 to 33% of them have had a history of foster care. There are approximately 400,000 individuals that are in the foster care system, and 20,000 of those will age out this year, meaning that they are no longer having state-provided care for them. And of these children, 30% of them have experienced food insecurity. So what is Stone Soup? So Stone Soup is a European fable that focuses on a community coming together, using what they have in their cabinets to create a community food. And that's what we want to do here. So who are we serving? We want to serve the at-risk youth in our population. This means that they have experienced adverse childhood events that have led to them to be disadvantaged to their peers, and this includes foster care youth. How are we going to do this? We're going to do this through a 3-step program. We want to educate, we want to empower, and we want to emerge. So in education, we are working on teaching the individuals how to pick. So learning how to pick our produce out of the grocery stores. We want to teach them cooking basics. We want to have a floss and focus, and we want to create food repurposing. So if you were to look at this picture of a zucchini, all these zucchinis, it would be very difficult for you to know, just from this picture, which ones are local and which ones are organic. Now, it would also be hard to know which ones were sprayed for pesticides. The CDC ran a study in 2005 to 2006, and out of their sample size, any person that was ages 6 and up had detectable levels of pesticides in their blood, meaning every single person. This is unacceptable and needs to be changed. Another issue is that it can be extremely intimidating to know which fruits and vegetables are ripe. So instilling this education into our students will empower them to make healthy choices at the grocery store and to be less intimidated. Another aspect that we need to look into is going back to the basics. So using simplified language in recipes. When we have words such as fold in the cheese, even fake families can be intimidated and can cause the recipe and the event to end. So we need to use terms that make sense. We need to put this in verbiage and in language that our students can use throughout their lives. Next, we're going to focus on empowering our students. So what we do is we will provide educational opportunities for trial and error, and we will utilize the foods that they already have. So to do this, we will have cooking classes with them in order to give them the hands-on experience and a safe environment to do this. Here's a fun picture of my daughters and I, who have been cooking with me since they could stand up on a stool. This is not the case for most families, though. They do not have the opportunity, the money, or the ability to teach their families how to cook. So my family also has a lot of food allergies that we work through, meaning that we have the opportunity to experiment with a lot of recipes. This creates a healthy environment for failure and for triumph. We know that foods can either heal or hurt our bodies. Most of the time, people are looking for the cheapest food they can find. And this is an issue that we see because cheap isn't really cheap. We will pay for this in other ways, such as medical bills, chronic illnesses, and our quality of life. Lastly, we want to make sure that our students are ready to emerge. We want for them to have a full skill set to provide for their nutritional needs and to be able to combat the food insecurity that they are facing. Our idea is to do this in 2 phases. The first is a digital phase where we will create TikToks or Reels with recipe supplementation, giving short videos that have a very hands-on approach, but from a digital standpoint. This is something that is very tangible and easy to do. It requires little to no budget, can be done in my kitchen, and I'm currently meeting with my local SNAP educator on a monthly basis in order to create recipes and utilize their knowledge. There's no need to recreate the wheel. The second idea is that we are going to be doing hands-on classes. This means that we have 10 to 12 students that come into a kitchen. We walk through the recipes, give them education on floss and focus to utilize their family SNAP benefits and teaching them skills. The hope is to go through a 10-class series over the course of a school year so that they can explore on the full seasonal realm. I have created a 15-month proposal that walks through the different aspects that we have, from digital to in-person, to the hope is to train like-minded individuals to continue. Our desired impact is to increase floss and awareness, provide tangible change by reducing food waste, and also to empower the next generation. And I cannot wait to see the change that this makes for our future. Thank you.